Welcome to class 7. This is chapter 10. The name of the chapter is Motion and Time. Students, the movement of an object is called motion. If an object changes its place with respect of time, we call the object is in motion. On the other hand, the moment or duration in which things occur is called time. An object is said to be in motion or moving when its position changes with time. If I give one example, it will clear to you. When the position of a car changes with time, we say that the car is moving or the car is in motion. There are 4 important types of motion: rectilinear motion, circular motion, rotational motion and periodic motion. Rectilinear motion in a straight line is called rectilinear motion, or if any object moves in a straight line, we say that the object is in rectilinear motion. Example, if a train crosses a straight bridge, then the motion of the train is rectilinear motion, or in march past of soldiers in a parade, the motion is rectilinear motion. Circular motion, when an object moves along a circular path, then the motion of that object is called circular motion. Motion of a child in a merry-go-round, motion of pedals of a moving bicycle are some examples of circular motion. Rotational motion, when an object turns or spins about a fixed axis, then the motion is called rotational motion. Earth rotates on its own axis, it is rotational motion. Spinning of a top is the rotational motion. Periodic motion, the motion which repeats itself after regular intervals of time is called periodic motion. Example, motion of hands of an athlete while running a race, motion of a child on a seesaw, motion of a hammer in an electric bell, all are the examples of periodic motion. Periodic motion is also called oscillatory motion. Speed. What is speed? The distance covered by the object in unit time is called its speed. That means speed of an object is the distance travelled by in unit time. So, if speed is equal to s and distance d, small d, and time denotes as small t, then we get speed is equal to distance travelled by time taken. So, s is equal to d by t. S is equal to small d by small t. This is the formula of speed. You have to remember it well. Then, what is the unit of speed? The standard unit of speed is meter per second. That means small m per small s. In this way, we have to write. The standard unit of speed is meter per second, that is m per s. Okay? But when we measure large speed values, then it is expressed in the units of kilometer per hour, and very large speed values we can express it in kilometer per second, but standard unit of speed is meter per second. Now we have learned that speed is equal to distance travelled by unit time. That means S is equal to d by t. So from here we can get distance is equal to speed into time, d is equal to s into t. Again we can also write d by t equal to s. So s into t equal to d, or time is equal to distance travelled by speed. Then we get time. So t is equal to a time taken, distance travelled by speed. Clear? Now in vehicles dashboard we observed two instruments, two clocks or watches, by which drivers can measure the speed of the vehicle and how much distance is covered by the vehicle. Now, the instrument by which it indicates the speed of the vehicle is called speedometer, and how much distance is travelled by the vehicle, it is observed by an instrument. This instrument is called odometer. So with the help of odometer we easily get the reading how much distance is travelled by that particular vehicle, and with the help of a speedometer we can measure the speed of the vehicle. Speeds are of two types, uniform speed and non-uniform speed. If an object travels in a straight line and it covers equal distance in equal interval of time, then it is said to be an uniform motion. On the other hand, if an object moves along a straight line path but it changes its speed, that means it does not speed does not remain constant, then the object is called, it is in non-uniform motion. So if an object moves along with a straight path with equal and it covers equal distance with equal interval of time, then it is called uniform motion. And in case of non-uniform motion, the object moves along with a straight path but it covers equal distance with unequal interval of time. Clear? It is called non-uniform motion. Now we can represent the motion of an object with the help of a graph. So graphical representation of motion is called distance time graph, in which x-axis we keep the time and y-axis we keep the distance. Now in case of uniform motion we get straight line, and in case of non-uniform motion we get curved line. This is the distance time graph for uniform speed or constant speed. We get a straight line. This curved line indicates that the object is in non-uniform motion. And if the object is in 0 speed or if it is stationary, then we get a straight line along with the x-axis. Horizontal line along with the x-axis denotes that the object is not moving, it is stationary, speed is 0. So children, today up to this much. Next video we will learn about time and measurement of time. Thank you for watching the video.